Hi guys, this is Davey from Randomthings show. Today, for another episode of Building the Computer, we are going to work on putting together our motherboard. We're going to install the RAM and the CPU and the cooling fan. So, without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is install the CPU and the cooling fan. So I'm going to start by focusing you right here. And we are going to begin. So first let me show you here. We have our CPU. Whoa. We have our CPU. It is a AMD Alphalon 64 dual core. So let's just open it up here. Hang on. Open it up here. Falls right out. Now, be sure when you do this that down there, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, hopefully you will. There are little marks on the board, like right there, and right there, right there, and right there. Now also, those same marks are on the back of the CPU. So make sure when you're putting on your CPU, you line those up perfectly. And it would help if I raised the lever first. Make sure your little lever there is up, and you simply drop it down, given that you've oriented it correctly. And you pop the lever into place. That's it. CPU installed. Next, we are going to put the cooling fan on. Now, technically, you're supposed to have thermal paste when you do this, but I don't have any thermal paste right now, so I'm just going to put this on. And when I get thermal paste, which should be in a day or two, I'm going to pop it back off, put the thermal paste on, and continue on. But if you were to put thermal paste on, you would take a tiny little drop and put it on top of the CPU. And you would take this, simply slot it on. Can you see anything I'm doing? Probably not. It's got little grooves on the side here, so you line them up with the lever. There's a lever on one side, and you pop it down. Just like that, it's done. We're going to take our cord, and we're going to plug it in right here. And that's done. CPU installed. Alright, I'm going to move the camera and we're going to work on the RAM. Hang on. Alright, so here is our RAM slots. We can hold two DDR2 memory sticks. And we're going with 1 gig of memory, which is two 512 megabyte sticks, which are in this package here. So I'm just going to open them up and pull the sticks out. So, to put your RAM sticks in, first of all, make sure your little levers are down on each side. Then, take your RAM, find the little notch. There's a little notch down here. I know you can't see it, but it is there. Trust me. And you line it up so that the memory stick and the notch line up. and it simply pushes down. You should not have to close the levers. If you have... Oh, come on. As I was saying, you find the little notch on your... Come on, camera. Find the little notch on your RAM stick. Find the little notch on your motherboard. And you simply snap it in place. Alright, that's the RAM installed. One last thing. Remember how I told you about that battery back in the last video? Well, there's where it goes. And this is the hardest part of preparing your motherboard. You take your battery. You must slowly and carefully push it down. How hard was that? It's in. Alright. Let's just have a look at the motherboard overall. Now, just go back to the start of the video and look at the motherboard before we started doing things. And look at it now. It is ready to go. This motherboard is ready to roll. It's ready to be put into the case. But unfortunately, I am out of time for that today. So today we will not be putting it in the case. So yeah, that's that. Well guys, one thing I forgot to mention. We have not talked about the operating system yet for the system. So your options are Windows XP or Linux Ubuntu 6.04. Take a vote. Whichever one you'd rather see, put it in the comments below. This will purely be based off of fun and whatever you want to see, not on usefulness. So, whichever one you want, put it in the comments below. Or, if you would like to see a dual boot of both of them on the same system, put that below. So, your options are dual boot, Windows XP, or Linux Ubuntu 6.04. As always, please remember to like and subscribe, and look for the videos like the Crazy River 2, which should be out on Saturday. Thanks!